Hello and welcome to the very first episode of my new channel here at Black Dirt Cycles. So the aim of this little episode is basically just to introduce you to the next project that we've got coming up here at Black Dirt Cycles. We've got a nice little 1991 883 Harley Davidson Sportster. It's already got a name, it's called the FoxBobba, and that's why you're going to see this little dude here keep appearing in the videos, being the back of the shots. I think it was kind of like a little mascot, kind of when we was loading up the bike into the back of my truck to bring it away, he kind of sort of like went, oh, this goes with the bike, and so it's here. And it will be in most of the shots. So, like I say, 1991, 883 Sportster Harley Davidson. The plan is to go through all the components, make sure they're good, clean, tidy, and get it built back up. The bike has already been stripped down of pretty much every single component. The only thing I've really had to take apart is just split the crank, because everything else has already been done. I don't know everything, I don't claim to know everything, and that's why I'm definitely going to be referring to this, which is the workshop manual, not a Haynes manual, it's a workshop manual, so it goes into a lot more depth, torque settings, even down to what Loctite we should be using and things like that. So I'll even be referring to what chapter and pages and that I'm going to be using throughout the build. So like I said, I'm not proclaiming to know everything, but everything should be in that book. Yeah, like I say, we're going to be going through a bottom end rebuild, splitting the crank, thrust washers, bottom end bearings, just making sure everything's generally clean and tidy and ready to reassemble. We'll go through the gearbox, again, clean, tidy, and make sure everything's good and sound. The cases themselves, I know this sounds a bit repetitive, but guess what? We've got to clean them because they're dirty. The reason everything seems to be so dirty and rusty is simply because this bike was stripped down about 7 years ago. And then that's pretty much how it stayed in the boxes, yeah, just sitting in the corner of someone's workshop until they contacted me and said, will you build my bike? And I'm not sure if I've done the right thing, but I said yes. Yeah, we'll soon find out. So yeah, so that's going to be the engine side of things. These first few episodes are going to be going through bottom end, top end, and then sealing the engine up, buttoning it up, making it look good and well. We'll then move on to the frame side of things. The frame's already had a hardtail section welded onto it. It looks cool, it looks quite smart, it looks like it's been well done. I think this is by the person that actually stripped the bike originally. But yeah, it's a good hardtail rear section. We'll be going through the forks as well. The forks are going to need dismantling, shot blasting and powder coating. They're an old DNA Springer fork, which again the chrome is peeling off and rusty. Yeah, there's a bit of repetition going on here. But yeah, we'll get those cleaned up and looking tickety-boo. The wheels, I've already done a little bit of swapping and changing with the wheels. It come with a 16-inch rear and a 21-inch front, but I've managed to pass the 21-inch front end on and get in a 16-inch front wheel. So it's going for a more sort of squat look and a bit of a chunkier look as well. I think it's really going to suit the bike. Yeah, I think it's going to look real cool with those with the smaller wheels on it. Going to go for an old retro vintage style tyre. I can't remember what make they are. I've already got one for the rear, so I just need to purchase one for the front. The bodywork side of things, basically, as you can see from the pictures, the rear fender is already, it's got that rust on it. That's not a fake rust, that's a real rust. That's what happens when you leave things sitting around for 7 years. I just now need to get the oil tank to rust to the same sort of level. A few tricks that we can do with that. And the fuel tank as well. He's got this split fuel tank, which I do believe to be off of possibly an earlier Harley Davidson. I'm not sure. I'm not up on all the makes, years, and models of Harley Davidson. But I also don't think they're actually going to fit onto the bike once the engine is in the frame. So I may have to purchase an original sporty tank or even an aftermarket one, and I've seen some good ones out there online. So that's going to be pretty much it. We're going to get this to a point where the bike is done, dusted and running, and then we're going to return it back to the owner. I've already got some good contacts in line that are supplying me with parts. Defcat, who's already been sending me some parts, as well as Chadwell Motorcycles that are going to be hooking me up with tyres and things like that. So yeah, so if this sounds like the sort of thing that you want to be watching, involved with, then yeah, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. You can find us on our other social media websites as well. So we've got Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, here, YouTube. So yeah, hit like, subscribe, follow, do all that niceties and things like that. Even leave some comments. If you don't like what you're watching, tell me. If you do like it, tell me. Thank you very much.